And welcome back. It's time once again for our 10 Weather Chat. Meteorologist Mike Simon, Todd Howell here. Mike, you and I are dressed just alike. We got our white shirts and ties on. There we go. Business suit, ready to go. All right, let's talk about weather. Oh, my goodness. Well, we're seeing a change to our pattern.
Oh, yeah.
Finally, after a very warm and dry April, here we are turning the corner into May, right on cue. Just about right on cue. Seems like we've got some cooler temperatures. We've got some rain. Things, the ground, everything greened up. Seems like it really soaked up.
Oh, it really greened up after this last rain.
Did it though? It's amazing. You know, we were talking, one thing that's pretty cool with when you have thunderstorms, lightning, it's like a natural fertilizer. It puts some nitrogen into the soil, so, especially when it's been dry. So not just rain, but if you get thunderstorms, I always used to wonder that. Sometimes growing up as a kid, you know, you don't know what's going on, but you observe it. Everybody's probably everything just looks so much greener.
It does. It's just fabulous color. I mean, it was green before, but, you know, you got that dingy brown in there because we were dry, and then it just disappeared. It's all green.
So here we go. We need more rain. We're going to talk about all those details. Let's dive right into it. We got a number of maps we're going to go through. So so here we are. Yeah, we're in spring, and you know, we're coming up on the third quarter, so to speak, of spring, the month of May 1st, and our average high as we look ahead to, getting into May 1st is 76 degrees. Now, the end of May, that average high is 82. We know about the 80s. It goes up fast, doesn't it? Yeah, so we, you know, so just right on cue, of course, now that we're moving into May, typically warms up. We're going to see a little bit of slightly cooler temperatures, at least here in the near term. And let's talk about.
Well, I felt that today. And I got outside, a cool breeze. Oh, it was really nice.
Mike, it was wonderful. Nice, cool breeze. I'll be honest. I personally love this type of weather when it's sunny and cool. Now, speaking of cool, we got to get to it. You know it's coming. It may be short-lived, long-lived. It may be a little early, late, or right on cue. But in some form or fashion, we got to get back to our little winters of East Tennessee. We're just the messenger. It looks like as we hit the green
What's
button,
the next one?
I think we've had redbud, dogwood, and locust. Those came quick, early, and fast. Everything's been ahead of schedule. It looks like we're in blackberry winter. And if the blackberry bushes are flowering out, blooming out, whatever's flowering at the time, that gets its name in spring. So now we'll have to verify that some blackberry bushes, some folks may not be quite flowering out yet. We've had reports that they are. So we believe this is blackberry winter, a cold snap in spring. Now, Mike, you and I were chatting. Folks may be looking at this graph and like, what in the world is britches?
I didn't know.
What is that? Well, for a long time, I didn't know. I had to have somebody explain to me. And I think I had to Google it. But britches winter. So people farming, they would, you know, as you come out of winter into early spring, you know, when it starts to, gradually warm up, they're thicker clothes. They're thicker, breeches. They're overalls. Well, it started to warm up. They would put those away in storage.
Sure.
And then, wear the lighter long sleeve. It's still kind of cool, but put the thicker breeches, the overalls up. Lo and behold, it came May. They're used to having the warm temperatures. It got cold again. They would need to get out those breeches.
Especially the mornings when they get up early and get out and have to do things on the farm. Yeah, you got to have something on.
That's it. And it feels that much colder when it's already been in the 70s and 80s. So that's the next one, perhaps, on the docket. So it looks like we've got a blackberry winter cold snap. And, Mike, look at what we're looking at Sunday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning. Looks like we pretty much got most everybody in the 30s.
That's a shocker.
That's a shocker.
Especially mid-30s. You get down like Rogersville close to freezing.
Yeah, exactly. There is the risk for some frost. We're going to have to see how the skies clear, how the winds behave, and all that will play a role.
Oh, yeah.
What the dew points are. But there's going to be a chance for some patchy to scatter frost, especially in outlying areas. Now, that 39, we'll have to see what the winds do, and we could get a little bit of patchy frost, but it's going to be a chilly start to our weekend. Saturday's looking very cool, and Saturday night, Sunday morning.
People going to early service, they're going to have to put something warm on.
That's exactly right.
Even the day, it warms up, but it's still going to be below average.
It's going to be below average. Yeah, here's our 3 days. So look at Sunday. So we start out chilly to cold in the morning, and we got sunshine 67, but it's a little bit of a shock to the system, like you said, Mike. After being in the 80s, we had record number of 80s for the month of April, tying 1915, record-setting heat. And now right on cue. We go into May, and we got the cooler temperatures. That 20% Saturday. Saturday is looking much cooler. A little spoke of energy. Maybe coming down later in the day. Most of the showers Saturday morning looks like they're going to stay south of us. So most of our Friday and Saturday beforehand are dry, but much cooler. May get a few sprinkles. Mountains, one of our models.
Yeah.
Painted just a little bit blue. It'd be way on top. Mount LeConte, maybe.
But it's still
Kawohe.
Nice to see.
May get a few snowflakes.
Yeah.
It is nice to see. But that's what we got coming. So we got some 60s. All right, so if folks are a fan of the cooler weather, because we know the hot weather's coming. That's another reason I personally like cool spring weather.
I'd rather it to last as long as it can because it's going to get hot.
It's going to get hot. Check this out, and this is like a flip. Out west is warmer than average. This is for May 6th to May 10th, and lovely. This is what we've needed. So we're getting some cooler temperatures now.
That's good to see.
Here's good to see. We need the cooler air. We need the moisture. This is most important, perhaps, that we've got higher chances for seeing a little bit of above average rainfall. This is a precipitation outlook and temperature outlook.
But we need quite a bit. I mean, you saw we got, 3/4 inch at the airport. There are places that got well more than that. But according to the Drought Monitor, things are still getting worse.
Oh, yeah.
We need periodic rain and lots of it.
You know what, Mike, I forgot to actually put that in for today. So do you want to, and I think I saw you, I think you were doing a segment. You want to speak to that? Because it comes out every Thursday.
The Drought Monitor.
Where we're at.
Everything was the same for the exception of the moderate drought, which expanded all the way up into Scott County.
Okay.
And then across the line into the counties into Kentucky.
Okay. The existing moderate drought, it was kind of Knoxville and north. And so now it's even expanded further north.
Yeah.
Is that right? Kentucky and Virginia areas?
Yeah. Fortunately, the exceptional drought didn't move much.
Okay. Did it get tweaked down at all on the plateau?
No, there wasn't any down tweaking of any of those categories of drought.
Man, tough break.
I know.
Because some of those areas got 1.5 to 2 inches of rain.
Exactly.
Like south of Crossville, Sequatchie Valley, Chattanooga areas, McMinn County.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, thank you for that update because I failed to put that in. Hadn't looked at it yet. But, that just goes to show when it takes a while to get into a drought, it's going to take a while to get out of it. So even though some of those areas got some decent rain. Well, let's come back to these temperatures of what we're looking at. So there's our weekend, this first weekend of May, Blackberry winter, cool to chilly Saturday and that cold Saturday night. And then we're back, our average high is 75. So finally.
It's nice not to see any 80s.
Yes, Mike, 100%. Look at that. I think for the first time that's a great point, actually. I was going to say we're at least close to average, but great point. Not seeing any 80s for the first time in a very, very long time. So what was that? Let's see. Friday, May 1st, that takes us, at least the first 10 days or so.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our high temperature trend. And let's look back just a few moments, and I'll go ahead and putting in the numbers. I went ahead and put 68 for a high today. That's not unofficially 67 so far, but I think it's going to be close to that. So anyway, we got a blue box over this last day of April, but look at how many days were above average. Again, some record warmth, 16 80-degree days.
Oh, yeah.
Total.
And even if you go back into, if you remember March, we only had 3 days below average. All the others were above.
3 days in March below. Man. So March and April.
Yeah, they were very warm and dry.
Very warm and dry. There you go. There's our, if you look in the top right there, we had 3 inches in April. We were behind by 1.5 inches. So you kind of see the days that we did get rain. I mean, that was Easter weekend, early Easter morning, 1.28.
That was nice. It was looking up, like, hey, we're
first part of the month.
Yeah,
exactly.
And just nothing for a while, just little spits.
Just nothing. So here's a look at how much rain by the month, and this should be updated as of today, April 30th. But so we've been below average every month of the year. I think we're over 5 inches. Oh, there is Todd.
Over 5 inches under.
Mike, you probably put that in there. Good job. It's stated for us right there. We've had 13.88 inches, and we're over 5 inches for a deficit.
We're more than a third less than where we should be, and that's a pretty big percentage, like 40% less.
God,
something around there.
That's a lot, and it goes back to 2025. We have so if folks are wondering, here's what we're looking at: the April We normally have 4.71, so we ended up with 3. What can we expect in May? Just a little over 4 inches. June, 4.25. Now look at July. That's our wettest month on the average. You contrast that with October, the driest. So we'll just take average. We really need above average rainfall, but right now we'll just take.
Yeah, just to get up to normal.
Just to get up to normal. So, Mike, a couple more maps before we have to wrap it up, but look at this. So for our neighbors to our south.
That's great for them because the drought they got all kinds of drought situations southward and even worse than what we're experiencing.
Absolutely. I mean, look at that. From finally on the Gulf Coast, they're seeing some of the Gulf open up and the moisture, but Florida, not as much. Florida could really use it, but Georgia could really use it. So that's good news for our neighbors to our south. This is a 7-day potential rainfall total, and we're looking at generally a half inch to an inch of rain. We've got more decent chances that are expected to go ahead and show you our 7 days. So later Wednesday, it looks like it's kind of Wednesday night into Thursday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that 20% chance, maybe some sprinkles, chilly on the weekend, 70s next week, and then we'll finally start to warm it back up. But, Mike, I want you to talk about this.
The moon.
So, hey, something else that we can look forward to this upcoming month of May, besides the cool air and the hopefully better rain chances.
Yeah, there are 2 full moons this month, and it happens every 2 to 3 years. Okay. And the second one is called the blue moon.
I was about to say, that sounds like once in a blue moon, Mike.
I know. It's not a blue moon.
It's not blue.
But it's just the way it lays out because the first full moon is right on the first day.
Yes.
And it's called the flower moon.
All right.
Because of all the flowers, of course. And we'll get to see it. It rises at 8:44, which is great in the evening. But then the second one happens at the last day.
First and the 31st, huh?
And it's also called a micro moon. You might wonder, what's a micro moon?
Oh.
Itty-bitty moon?
Yeah. I'm go small.
No, it is at the furthest point away. So it will seem slightly dimmer and slightly less in size. That's about it.
But that's cool. Hey, thanks for the explanation, though. So, Daniel, you got any music, blue moon music to take us out of this 10 weather chat?
You know what? If you tap dance for me for a second,
might
be able to get something out for you.
I'll tell you what, we can do that. We're weather people. I would just, this is totally.
I think Katie knows how to tap dance. And you get her in it.
Katie Emmett could absolutely. This is just totally ad-libbing, and not today. I just figured, something like that. So we're looking forward to the cooler temps. We're looking forward to some rain showers. We'll look forward to that full moon that is not blue, but coming up. We do have some great weather ahead. So excited about that. And, folks, don't forget to keep those jackets handy.
And this is the last month before tropical season.
Oh, yeah. So we'll be on our 10 Weather Chats. We'll be talking much more about the tropics. I hope we're going to be talking about the rainfall that we've caught up on. So, yeah. All right, that'll do it.
I couldn't make the.
It's okay.
I couldn't make the music happen. I'll refine my skills next week on 10 Weather Chat.
Put y'all spot. Hey, Daniel, my friend, thank you so much for always producing, directing this show. Mike Simon, thank you so much. That'll do it for now, folks. Hope you have a great first part of May.